Hey guys, recently I made these amazing chocolate fondants. They were gooey in the middle, really rich, so tasty. They're supposed to be really hard to do, but if you just do them the way I show you now, they're no trouble at all. And you can make them ahead of time and keep them in the freezer for up to a month. So happy days. You need to start off by greasing the inside of your ramekins with some melted butter. I greased 6 ramekins here because these are massive ramekins that made for really big fondants. Then put them in the fridge to let the butter firm up before you repeat this process again. Once all the ramekins have had their second coating of butter, you tip a good tablespoon of good cocoa into the first ramekin and gently edge it all around the sides before tipping the excess cocoa into the second ramekin. Then repeat this process for all the remaining ramekins so that they're all lined with a nice dusty of cocoa. You can add more cocoa if you run out. Then over a pan of simmering water, melt 200 grams of good dark chocolate and 200 grams of butter. Melt it really gently and slowly until all the butter and chocolate are combined and really glossy and shiny. Then take it off the heat and let it cool for about 10 minutes while you mix up the rest of your ingredients. So in the bowl of my mixer I've got 4 eggs. And to that I'm going to add 4 more egg yolks and 200 grams of golden caster sugar. And whisk those together gently at first until they become thick and pale. Next add 200 grams of plain flour. You can sift it if you like, but I just mixed it up with a whisk. Then with your paddle attachment, beat the flour into the egg until it's all combined. Next you're going to add your chocolate and butter mixture in thirds, which will be now cooled slightly. So mix up the first third of the mixture, then add the second third and mix. Then add the remaining third of the chocolate butter mixture, and at this point I think it would be a good idea to scrape down the sides of the bowl with a rubber spatula. Before then giving everything one last mix to make sure it's all completely combined and a uniform colour. Now just look at that, I would happily eat all that raw, it might kill me, but at least I'd die happy. That mixture is really thick, so it'd be very hard to pour it straight from the big bowl into the little ramekins, so it's probably a good idea to decant first into a jug. Then take your first ramekin and pour the really thick, smooth mixture into it. I'm making these now the night before, so I'm just going to cover them with cling so that I can bake them the next day. When it's full, just give it a little shake to even it out, and repeat for all the rest of the ramekins. You can bake them right now if you'd like, or store them in the fridge overnight. Either way, bake for 12 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius in a fan oven or 190 degrees Celsius in a regular oven. When they're done, you let them sit for about a minute before you gently tease them away from the sides of the ramekins with a sharp knife. You then quickly invert it onto the center of your serving plate and remove the ramekin. I served this with some nice homemade hazelnut ice cream and it was just amazing. Much easier than you'd think too. They have the reputation of being notoriously tricky, but as you can see, this one really wasn't. So that's it. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest. And for the full recipe, click the link to my blog below, www.rookiecook.org.